Hey, Cheesy here. Welcome home back to Scarlet Hollow. In the previous, part that we just played, Duke died to the Chungabungas. Forget what he said, but I like Chungabunga. So I'm gonna call them Chungabungas until they're named, and maybe I will still call them Chungabungas. In fact, I hope this game allows me to name them as Chungabungas. But yeah, unfortunately, Dookie Boy died. Dookie Boy was the wrong way to refer to him, but I'm not going to redo this. Duke didn't survive. I did save Gretchen, who has been my informant this entire time, and also an overall pleasure to hang out with. Stella is a bit insane. Apparently she has no survival instincts, so that's problematic. But it was an interesting hike we did where we found some really messed up animals that wanted to tell me about some cool stuff, like how they're feeling great and how stuff is coming out of them and how I should leave the forest. So it's pretty cool stuff. And then we just came over here, and now we've just met up with Kanika and her mother, and hopefully we can figure this out. Oh yeah, the cops were no help either. They laughed it off, which sort of feels like a conspiracy. I wonder if it's got something to do with our Scarlet family, but we'll see. Anyways, let's continue. Heads up, Kanika. This is graphic. Duke got killed out in the woods tonight. It's on the recording. Wait, are you serious? Duke's dead? Silent washes over the room as the video plays. Stella, what the hell is this? Sybil. Well, that's true, the mother's name is Sybil. This is far beyond my ability to contribute. I'll leave the thinking to you humans. I'm sorry either of you had to see this, but Cheese and I have no idea how to make heads or tails of it. Stella, are you okay? I'm fine. Really, I'm okay. You remain silent. Poor Duke. Poor Beau. Has anyone told him yet? We talked to the police. I hope they told Beau. But Earl and Deputy Franklin didn't seem to be in much of a hurry to do anything. I'll call him later tonight. But for now, we have to have something far more serious to discuss. Mystical, yeah. What happened in the woods? We weren't supposed to see any of that. You're not wrong. My grandmother used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings, but Chungabungas. She always said they were a terrible omen, a sign of suffering to come. Mom, come on. Whatever's doing this is serious. Stop scaring Stella and Cheesy with this taily-po crap. Girl, we just watched a weird thing kill a dude. Kanika, sweetie, let your mother talk. She's always said they never hurt people, despite that grisly scene in the woods. But Duke is dead. Then if these are ditchlings, his death was an accident. Or my grandmother was wrong, and she was very rarely wrong. Just as birds flock before a storm, the ditchlings congregate where tragedy is soon to fall. Jesus, Mom, haven't they already been through enough? You know what? Forget Kanika. Go back to your room. It's okay, Kanika. This is helpful. I don't know if it is. Literally, we see an unexplained thing, and there's stories about your town. If we were to just ignore that, we are literally ignorant. Okay, let's focus on what we know. Whatever they are, they're doing something to these animals. You saw the chicken in our video. What was that growth? Explorer. Felt like the infected animals I saw tonight were going through some sort of religious experience. Which one should I do? Go to Sybil's aid or talk about the animals? Yeah, I'll do that. I have to agree with Sybil. I could clearly hear them telling us that this place is cursed and to get out while we still can. Spooky stuff. Wait, are you serious? I couldn't make out anything. It was just garbled whispering to me. How interesting. Are you sure you're not just subconsciously rewriting your memories to match my mom's theories? Even if we were to assume for a moment that you and my mom are right, I'd still want to know what they're doing in the woods. Maybe what we're seeing here is some sort of parasitic larval stage. Like they're really big wasps or something. Are you insane? Honestly, that would be worse than them being supernatural. Really big wasps? They're literally like 3 feet tall. Sybil. Oh dear. I've forgotten entirely about the tea I'd put on. Let me fix you up a couple of cups. It'll help soothe your nerves. Why did the music stop? I don't know. It's getting late. I should let Cheesy get some rest. I ran him ragged all day with the hiking and running through the woods in terror. Yeah, I'm ready to pass out. It was nice meeting you, though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna head back. This is some stuff that I'll talk to them tomorrow, I think. Yeah, I'm ready to pass out. Thanks for the help, Sybil. And it was nice to meet you, Kanika. Sorry it had to be under such weird circumstances. Hopefully the next time we meet, it'll be a little less terrifying. We should all hang out this week, Kanika. Maybe we can even get Reese to chill with us. I could really use it, but for now, thank you both so much for everything. Let me get you some of my house-made peppermint tea to go. It really does wonders to soothe the soul. Bye, Stella. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And call me if you need to talk. Thanks, Kanika. I'll see you. Bye, Cheesy. It's excellent iced or warm. Though with the nights getting chillier, warm will probably be best. Helps wake up the bones. Be careful out there. Both of you. Sybil turns and closes the door behind her. Oh no! Gretchen, it's okay. What an unfortunately short visit. Alrighty, let's call it a night. Mind walking me home? I guess. Well, this is me. Are you good at finding your way back? Yeah, I'm fine. Cool. I'll see you around. I'm leaving town as soon as I can. It's not like I have much of a choice. Ha, guess not. We're in this together now. Stay safe, buddy. Good luck, Cheesy. Bye, Gretchen. I'm just glad you're alive. You begin the long hike back up to Scarlet Estate alone. Almost home. Your salvation in sight, you make a mad dash to the door. Oh, thank God you're back. Where the hell have you been? I watched a man die. I called you back as soon as I had, I called you as soon as reception. Don't care. You gave me a heart attack. Oh man. I watched a man die tonight. I went into the woods with this girl I met to find some cryptids, and it ended with us watching a man die. Ah, so you met Stella then. Ugh, that explains everything. She's gotten you all worked up. Going to bed. See you tomorrow. Okay. Good night. You're alone in the estate. The sound of the wind whistling through the house gives you an uneasy feeling in your gut. It's probably best to turn in and try to leave the night behind you. You thoughtlessly stumble into your room, and before you fully realize you're there, you've already collapsed onto the mattress, exhausted. This crappy mattress. From the relative safety of this uncomfortable bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else. Though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe, and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise and chase away the monsters, and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in a normal world and have a boring week in the mountains with your sour-faced cousin. It's a nice thought, but deep down, you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. You know, I ended it slightly too early, I guess. It's okay. Now I know how long the game should take. We'll watch this together. Town Hall, huh? The art style is fantastic. What is that? A hot cup of coffee? Or is that the tea? Is that Bo? Is that the sad boy? I'm sad for him. Whoa, why is there blood? What's going on over there? What's happening? Is that my cousin? There's alpacas. Oh, a hole. Pumpkins. Oh, it's Halloween. Mines. The boiled peanuts man. He talked about the mines. Oh, that's our front door. Why is everything so spooky? Oh. Is that the West Wing? Why is there a dent? What's going on? What's going on in that wing? Is there something there? Scarlet Hollow. This is the end of episode 1. Episode 2 awaits. Wow, that was my mistake. World state. Please save your game now. Alright, I saved my game. Would you like to see a recap of episode 1 before you start episode 2? Absolutely not. I've already did my thing. Though I will maybe watch this later on. You open your eyes. The sun has risen. The birds are singing. You are still alive. And for now, you are safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the window and the woods beyond. You wonder if the monsters are lurking there, right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. A familiar unease settles into your gut, tangling into a knot of anxiety, wriggling as the events of last night play out in your head. You can't help but remember Duke slumped against the tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. Oh yeah, since it seems to take about 2 1-hour episodes, 2 1-hour parts for like an episode, I think I'll try to do it 2 parts per episode. So I'm gonna give that a shot. We'll see how long some of them get. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. Note, you can refresh yourself on events of previous day by using the journal icon in the quick menu. Check on Dustin. You open the drawers to check in on Dustin. Oh good, he's still here. Human is back. Good morning, Dustin. How are you today? Dustin, feel good. Had productive night. I see you have bread now. Yes, Dustin found a bread. Dustin also ate a bug last night. Good night for Dustin. Have you met Frou-Frou? Monster. You're right. Frou-Frou is a monster. Can I talk to you about something horrible that happened last night? Dustin, can you be my therapist? Human can always talk to Dustin. What happened? I'm not gonna say a man died. The woods are full of big, scary monsters. Dustin, understand. World is full of big scaries. When Dustin gets scared, Dustin pretend to be dead. Good advice for human. Maybe. It was nice to catch up, Dustin. I'll leave you be. Okay. Gently close the drawer. I love Dustin. Well, let's look out the window. You creep towards the window, careful not to be seen by whatever might be lurking in the garden. For a second, you thought you saw a movement that could have been an animal, could have been something else. Whatever it was, it's gone now. I didn't even get to see it. I didn't even register what it was. I guess I'll see it when I edit. Leave the window. Maybe you'll head out there and investigate after you finished waking up. Poke around the closet. Great, the doll didn't move during the night. Maybe it isn't haunted after all. Though, after everything you went through yesterday, that's hardly consolation. Picking your nose, doll. That's gonna haunt me. Get dressed and head down to the kitchen. Time to start your day. You're back in the kitchen. Frou-Frou eyes you from her favorite spot on the counter. Her pupils dilate. Her tail twitches. I see you are still here. How unfortunate. Oh, it's true, she's French. I see you are still here. How unfortunate. Gretchen sends her regards. Wait, no, maybe that'll piss her off. Excuse me, ma'am, may I pet you? I believe we have been over this. That filthy pair of hands will not befoul my fur. Okay. Do you know anything about ditchlings? Even if I did, why would I ever tell you anything? And for the record, no, I don't. Now stop bothering me. Hey. Did you know the police called me this morning? You've only been here one day and you've already had a run-in with the cops. Yeah, mystical. I don't care about the cops. The cops don't matter. Something is coming for this town, and I need people to start listening to me. Duke and Stella didn't take my intuition seriously last night, and look where that's landed us. I need you to believe me. You don't need to spin me tall tales to wiggle your way out of this. Just be careful, and remember that your actions have consequences for the people around you. I don't have the energy to spend this week cleaning up after your messes. So just don't make any extra work for me, okay? I talked to... You got in the way. I thought exploring didn't move time, but I guess it does. Did they say anything about Duke? Did they find the body? Body? They didn't say anything about a body, but apparently he never went home last night, and they had quite a few questions about you, Cheesy. Before you ask, don't worry, I told them that you're an upstanding citizen. Thanks for having my back. Sure. What else is family for? Just, this face is the best. What's up with you and Stella? We just have a history, that's all. I don't need to explain myself to you. I'm sorry. Good. I've got to get to work. But listen, you better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear complaints, just do what I ask and we won't have any more problems. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset! Your cousin huffily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in the characteristic creak, then slam of the front door as it opens and closes behind her. Once again, you are the only human in the estate. It seems you make a habit of bad first impressions, no? The cat chuckles mockingly. Time to start your day. Wait, why can't I talk to Frou-Frou? I was gonna send Gretchen my regards. I mean, Gretchen sends her regards. Why'd they stop me? God damn it. I'm gonna make my incredible PB&J. I like that it's sparkling. And that's that. After last night, you should make it. Tabitha is right. After last night, the last thing you need is to be sucked into more adventures. You're not going to leave the estate. You're going to do what you were told, wait for her to get back from work. As your eyes wander to the garden door, you shudder, remembering the brief glimpse of something you saw from your upstairs window. It was probably just a raccoon, but the uncertainty of what you saw gnaws at you and compels you to investigate, only to prove that it was nothing. At the very least, I don't see anything now. Alright. Investigate further. You wander farther into the garden, trying to pinpoint the spot where that thing had been lurking, if indeed there had been a thing to begin with. Alright, take it all in. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm the house, and that thing was hanging out around the house, so it's good to look around. The garden is peaceful, but undeniably eerie. Here, more than anywhere else, you're surrounded by the ghosts of what this place used to be. A greenhouse sits in the midst of the overwhelming greenery. Unreachable from years of neglect, its glass clouded and cracked. Statues reach out from within seas of weeds as if begging to be rescued. And most strikingly, behind a pair of rusted metal gates, at the very peak of the mountain, sits a graveyard. You can just make out a few of the headstones, the Scarlet name carved deep and proud into their faces. You notice what a good view someone would have of your window if they stood where you're standing right now. This is so uncomfortable. Check the ground for clues. Oh, what is that? You crouch down, pushing aside the greenery to examine the soft earth. A boot print, a big boot print, and what looks like some kind of viscera? Your thoughts turn to the specter from the night before. You snap a quick photo, just in case it comes in handy later. I'm going home. You head back inside. Time to figure out what to do with the rest of your day. I'm gonna head into town. Tabitha isn't here to stop you now. You head outside, back to the mountainside path that leads to town. You walk back to town The walk back to town is much less pleasant today than it was yesterday, when you didn't yet know that the woods were full of monsters and strange men who know your name. Yeah, we didn't talk about that. You stare anxiously into the darkness between the trees, searching for any signs of movement, but the woods are still, at least for now. The autumn-tinged mountains sprawling for miles in every direction now feel less like beautiful scenery and more like the walls of a cage. Almost back to town. You make it to town in one piece. No creatures jumped out at you. No scarymen blocked your path. Sorry, I paused. My brain just thought of the anime. I just didn't know what to say afterwards. The sight of other people is comforting, helping you forget the things you've witnessed, as if they happened to someone else. Oh, hey, Cheesy. We were just talking about you. I stopped by Sybil's to pick up her new tea blend, and well, you're the biggest thing to come into town since the coal mine. Folks have been absolutely buzzing about you. You went out with Stella last night, right? Did something happen out there? She barely even waved when she walked by. I don't know what to do, because I want to talk about stuff, but I also don't want things to get back to people. I'm gonna say nothing. You say nothing, either unsure or unwilling to indulge Avery's curiosity. That bad, huh? I'll tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour. Why don't you swing by the diner if you want to decompress? Winnie can fix you some of Sybil's new blend. Maybe it'll calm you down a bit. I think you'll like today's mix. It's chaga and lemon balm. Should help ease your stress and tension. And if you feel like talking, I'll be all ears. But no pressure. Anyways, it's up to you. Oh, sorry. Anyways, it's up to you. See you around, Cheesy. See you, Sybil. Take care now, Avery. I see you're a private person. I can respect that. You never know how someone might respond to hearing the truth of what you encountered last night. I'd better get back to it myself. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning, if only to see how you were holding up. Please don't hesitate to stop by if I can be of any help. It's time to talk psychic. We both know that there's something horribly wrong about this place. How are you so calm? Don't mistake my calm demeanor for complacency. We all have our parts to play. I trust that you, Stella, and Kanika have what it takes to get to the bottom of things. I'm so sorry to cut our conversations short, but I've got things that I need tending to. Stay safe, Cheesy, and God bless. You can't tell me what to do. I'm going to be incredibly reckless. And with that, you are alone in the main street. What to do with the rest of your morning? Swing by the general store. This is your first time seeing the general store in the light of day. A young man sits at the table by the register, too preoccupied with his phone to care that you stepped in. It's time to offer my boiled peanuts. The young man looks up at your now quite pungent bag of peanuts, curls his lips in disgust, and returns to his phone. Doesn't care about my boiled peanuts? I shouldn't tell people things. It feels like no one cares. Hi, I'm Cheesy. Just got to town yesterday. Yeah, I know. Mom told me. If I wanted to buy chips or something, do I talk to you, or... Guess they're not going to introduce themselves, and honestly, I don't care. If I wanted to go buy some chips or something, do I talk to you, or... He sighs. I guess, yeah. Kanika decided to skip work today, so of course whatever plans I had didn't matter. Just take the chips. I don't care. Wouldn't that be stealing? If Kanika cares about running this place right, she can hire someone else and let me live my life. We make the most of our money on bulk orders anyways. A bag of chips doesn't make a difference. I'll just take the chips. Grab a bag of salt and vinegar chips from the nearby shelf. It will sustain you in the coming days. Cool. There's a lot of ways to eat things, apparently, in this game. Can I starve myself in this game? Can I just refuse all food? I think that'd be interesting. Oh, what you doing on your phone? Games. Probably haven't heard of them. Yeah, probably not. Anyways. See ya. The young man doesn't respond as you turn and leave the general store. I love that I just didn't care about this person. I'm like, you're not gonna introduce yourself? I'm not even gonna ask. Huh, the library. You can just swing by the diner. But won't that take time? I feel like Explore just takes time. I don't need to decompress. Sorry, Avery. Sorry, T. You enter the former town hall. Where are these people? What? Why is he tied to a girder? What's going on here? Why are the children happy about this? What is this? Huh. I wonder if these are important details. Anyways. Is that them? Oh my god! Okay. What once must have been a stately foyer had been converted into rows of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. Oh, hey! Settle in at Stella's table. Get over to Stella's table and settle in. Fancy seeing you here. We're trying to research the creatures we ran into last night if you want to join. Is that cheese? It's like they know who I am. Oh, hey, Gretchen. Sybil said she was waiting for you to get into town, so I assume you're all caught up on the ditchling stuff. Welcome back to our little team, Cheesy. Did you send my regards to that foul feline? Sorry, Gretchen, I didn't get the chance because my cousin got in the way and then I was too dumb to go talk to him again. Sorry, Gretchen, I didn't get the chance to tell Frou-Frou about last night. A slight misfortune, but entirely washed away by the joy of your renewed company. Did you just try and talk to Gretchen about Tabitha's cat? It's not the first time. He talked to Gretchen yesterday and said some wildly insightful stuff. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he can actually talk to animals. One paranormal mystery at a time, please. Morning, Cheesy. You look tired. My goodness, whatever happened to common decency? Can't go around telling someone they look unwell. You look marvelous, Cheesy. Thanks, Gretchen. I'm not gonna snitch. Yeah, the estate kinda stinks, apparently. I've never done a Scooby-Doo before. Yeah, the estate isn't the easiest place to get a good 8 hours. I never realized houses could get so windy. And all of those dreadful creatures in every nook and corner. It is a wonder you get. And all of those dreadful creatures in every nook and corner. It's a wonder you got even a wink. I can only imagine that place was already falling apart the last time I was there, and it's been years. Can't believe it hasn't been condemned. Not that there's anyone here to do the condemning. Just want to see the cheese. Hell yeah. Oh, is that a Madoka Magica reference? That's amazing. I guess she's a nerd. Anyways, I guess we should get started. Before you dig in, do you remember the boot print you found in the garden? Show your photo to Stone Kanika. Hey, before we dig in, I found something in the garden this morning. You hold up your phone and show Kanika and Stella the photo you took in the garden. These prints were in the bushes, with a clear line of sight to my window. Dang, that's creepy. Are you okay? What is that liquid around it? It looks like pus. I can't say I'm thrilled. Do you think it's Wayne? That creep who keeps coming around my mom's tea room? He snuck up on us last night and called out Cheesy by name, and those boot prints match up with the mining getup. I'm glad the two of you had me there to protect you. Yeah, good thing you were there, Gretchen. Whoa, apparently I missed a lot last night, huh? Wonder if there's any connection between that guy and what happened in the woods last night. Like what? I mean, I don't have anything specific, but we do have that whole prophecy of impending doom angle to explore. And this photo is weird. Can't stop thinking about those splatters on the ground. If he's sick, maybe it's from the creatures you encountered? Hey there, strangers. And literal stranger. Boiled peanuts. You extend your bag of peanuts to the librarian in a gesture of friendship and good faith. I don't know what to say. Is this a gift? I'm allergic to peanuts. Not serious allergic, but they give me a rash. Hey, Oscar, this is Cheesy. You know, Tabby's cousin. Oh, I should have known you were a Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Do I? Not that I knew her very well. I was still a little kid when she left. But that Scarlet resemblance, it's, strong. I'm Oscar Gutierrez, Chief Librarian, and only librarian. Oscar's amazing. He practically built this library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple of shelves of boring books donated by old people. Y'all are too kind. But speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. You know, the crowd she hangs around with. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up to the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. What's the old Maxwell place? It's this great old abandoned spot and practically a magnet for young people. Even honor students aren't free from its call. Can't believe I used to be so reckless. The floors there were like Swiss cheese. We're not gonna make this man feel better. I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. I'm not gonna involve random people that I just met. I'm sure she's fine. You might not want to let her run off like that anymore, though. It's not as safe as it usually is around here. Is that so? Kanika's right. There are some weird stuff going out in the woods. That's actually why we came in today. Have you ever heard of creatures called ditchlings? They apparently show up around places on the brink of disaster. They kind of look like if the Pillsbury Doughboy was a creepypasta. Except they're more like, go away, this place is cursed. That's what happens when you poke them in the belly. Kanika's mom told us about them last night after seeing some footage we got in the woods. Ditchlings doesn't ring a bell. Dang, worth a shot. Okay, if you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disaster this region typically falls prey to. Should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back. Gonna go nap some more books. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen. Oh, you don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Here, have a biscuit, old gal. Well, aren't you the sweetest thing on two legs? Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. I'm pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in those woods. I'm mystical. I'm always mystical. Do you really not feel where all of this is going? The moment their whispers made their way to me, it's like everything started to click into place. A reckoning is coming for this town. I'm gonna try calling Rosalina again. I'm sure she's fine, really. Don't mind Cheesy. He's been hanging out with Stella too much. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting into trouble. And we'll make sure to keep our eyes peeled. Cheesy, if you see a 13-year-old girl with a black braid and glasses, Would you let her know her dad is worried about her? Okay. Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. I don't blame him. Sounds scary. Got him. Just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Stella sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. All right. This is going to be so much faster with two of you here to help out. Got our snacks, our books. Let's get this research party started. Reading awaits. Flip through the veins of Scarlet. Okay. Reading is for suckers. No, I need to learn about the Scarlets. The coal mine? Silas Scarlet, soldier, woodsman leader. Interesting. Yeah, history of Scarlet. Forced into retirement at age 50 due to war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exacerbated by his short stint serving as a captain in the Confederacy. Silas, is it Silas or Silas? Silas Scarlet also lost his eldest two sons to that bloodiest of wars, leaving his third eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet Estate that was, until 1895, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918, it was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened the security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse. Way to go, Charles Shaw. And the deaths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. The casuals include Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son, Theodore, his brother, Enoch V. Scarlet, who had taken over for their aging father during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. So this is how your family made its fortune. Few entries catch your eye. A wampus cat. Taily Poe, small creature, long tail, wide yellow eyes. Enigmatic cave-dwelling creatures primarily known for causing mischief. Is that what we saw in the opening? Wampus cat, large cat-like creature, loud hustling voice. Oh, it's said to sound like a woman crying out in pain. Tommyknockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in the Appalachian Mountains. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creature takes stolen hammers to the support of mines and collapses them onto whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are the spirits of dead miners, forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. Taily Poe. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out of the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through the hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he'd drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. But it was quick and ran back through its hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. "Guess this'll have to do," he said to his dog, and threw the tail in a pot to cook a soup. He and his dog ate well that night, tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed, satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. "Nice beard, old man." He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot in the corner where he'd been. And in the gloom, he saw two big yellow eyes staring right at him. "I want my Taily Poe," A high, hoarse voice croaked from the darkness. "Go away," he screamed at the thing. But it stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness. The sound of long claws dragging across hard wood accompanied its movements. "I want my Tailipo." The creature growled again. "I'll get my dog after you," the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear, but there was no dog to be seen. "I want my Tailipo!" Before the hunter could so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness. Long claws reached out towards the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning, all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin, was a chimney, standing alone in the forest. Wampus Cat. Often linked to Cherokee legend, some cite the Wampus Cat as originating with the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted him down and, by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of their region from its evil. Others say the creature comes from a story of a woman who wore a pelt of wildcat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of her village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For her discernation, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition. I'm done here. All right, let's learn. Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818, one of the 12 siblings. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the Army in 1836. He quickly rose through the ranks, in part due to his father's connections, but also due to a particular ruthlessness, for which he had received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlet. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow. But it started as a simple log cabin built by Silas's own two hands, occupied by his family of 10, Silas, his wife, Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running beneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and bought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Thus, he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. Interesting. You're finished with this one. I think I'm done. Let's check in. Alright, if we're going with Kanika's mom told us last night, I think we can rule out any natural disasters are what brought the ditchlings here, but not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has a history with those. What about y'all? Find anything? Oh yeah, I'm like drinking coffee at the same time, so don't mind me if I take a sip. Before you can respond, a handsome black cat leaps onto the table, almost on instinct. Stella slams her book shut. Aw, hey Pixel. Oh my god, is it a friendly cat? You might want to close your book. He loves to rip up any paper he can find. Pixel, my dear friend, it's been too long. How have you been? Hungry. Did Stella bring the good stuff? Haha, don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats. Yeah, snack time. Crunch, crunch. Sorry if Pixel's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. Can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. Hey Pixel, what do you think about the monsters we saw in the woods? Should I be yelling that out loud? Whatever. I'm an indoor cat. I don't know nothing about no woods. I just hang out in the library, especially now that our house got haunted. Oh, Pixel says your house is haunted. What's up with that? Haunted. Wait, Pixel said? So, is it true then? Yes, at least I think it is. There isn't any other explanation. He's either psychic or he can talk to animals. It's a long story. I'm both, girl. That's why I stay silent all the time. No comment. We've been living in the library for a little bit. It's been great. Way more snacks, way more scritches. Except sometimes there's too much scritches. Yeah, I feel that, Pixel. Hold up, what kind of haunting are we talking about here? Unexplained noises? Objects appearing in strange, unfamiliar places? Aw, Oscar, don't get her hopes up like that. Nothing like that, sorry. The floor in Rosalina's bedroom just keeps seeping blood, and I've seen a strange figure in the hallway a couple of times. Whoa, that's messed up, Oscar. That's far worse than what she just mentioned. Wait, you've seen a full-body apparition? Can I see it? Stella, how many times have you gone on ghost hunts and been tricked by shadows? You know what's it's gonna be. But what if it's an actual ghost? I believe him. I can practically feel the haunting as we speak. Well, we do live in the annex behind the building. Y'all are more than welcome to check it out. Maybe tomorrow night? Yes, we'll be there. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Sounds like a fun way to spend an evening. Can't wait to get spooked by some creaky floorboards. Nah. Pixel's great. You decide to leave Pixel be. The cat curls up on the table, fast asleep. Alright, I better get back to shelving. Let me know if y'all need anything. It's just back here. Damn, so much to talk. There's actually a lot of elements here. What's going on in this town? Let me see. You know what? Oh, you know what? I'll give it another 10 minutes, then I'll end the episode. I think that'll be a good idea. Do you think there's a cult here? You lean in quietly, whisper to Stella and Kanika. Do you guys think that there's, like, a cult here? Those cops were awfully suspicious. Almost like they're trying to cover something up. Those cops were awfully suspicious last night. Really weird combination of being dismissive and trying to pin things on me. I don't know. It just feels like a cover-up. Yeah, that was pretty bad. But I'm not sure they really have it in them to be part of a cult. Definitely. I don't think they're capable of putting in the effort. Well, that's the point. What if they're hiding that they're in a cult? Come on, guys. And you like Rosalina. Talk about the Appalachian folk monsters. My mom used to tell me that Tailipo story back when I was little. Can't believe I forgot that one. It scared me so bad I didn't eat soup for years. Thought a monster might try and dig it out of my stomach if I did. Haha, I love that one. There's this old chimney in the woods that I used to think was the chimney from Tailipo. The one that was left after the thing did whatever it did. Now I know that's just because chimneys don't burn down, and wooden houses do. That doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Tailipo. I've camped out there a couple of times and seen some pretty spooky stuff. Yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're gonna get rabies one of these days chasing after wildlife like that. What can I say? I like to live on the edge. Do you think the ditchlings are Tommyknockers? What, with the whole warning thing? Good thought, but Tommyknockers live in mines. That's like their whole thing. I'm gonna write it down though. Tommyknockers are literally just the sound that happens when a bunch of rocks and wood are about to collapse. Are they? Or are they the sound of a mysterious creature pounding on the rocks and support beams with hammers to cause a collapse? There's simply no way to know. Wampus cats sound like they could be mountain lions. Voice like a woman crying out, somewhere between person-sized and cat-sized. definitely. They are 100% mountain lions. Kanika, you know that there are no mountain lions up here. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic. Oh, Stella, one of these days you'll trust us. But the myths are old, right? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago. Those legends just haven't died off yet. Almost every cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or someone getting confused about a perfectly normal animal. Sometimes both. I like that I mixed up confused with, I forget what the word was. It's okay. I'm just gonna move on. Bigfoot, for instance, started as a prank. Then folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs and got freaked out, and now here we are. You'll eat those words when I get the first clear footage of Bigfoot. If you manage that, I'll print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real, and literally eat it, I promise. I'm holding you to it. Okay, whatever. Let's move on. I don't want to go back into the woods. Any luck with Rosalina? Not yet. I knew that a teen would be a handful, but I didn't think it would happen overnight. I'll probably head out once you're all done. Was that him? Oh, I see. It was Oscar. Probably head out once you're all done and check in on your usual haunts. I was just asking him how he was doing. The veins of Scarlet. So about the coal mines, Kanika visibly shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who work up there. I could never. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevasse. Wait. Oh yeah, it was Kanika that was speaking. I thought it was Gretchen for a minute there. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna finish this library conversation. Okay. What happened after the mine collapse? The book just kind of glosses over that. There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There's not a whole lot written about the past century here. Yeah, the Scarlet Hollow mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business. I'm sure Tabby runs the mines better than Charles Shaw did. Still hasn't let the union in, though. There's a reason she and I don't talk. You guys seem to have a real bone to pick with Charles Shaw. That's what happens when someone directly causes a monumental disaster. Especially in the small town like this, people tend to spit when they hear your name. Well, he did let the mine collapse all over the people, 160 people. You think that's all of them? That's messed up. He got run out of town on a rail, you know. And that's not a figure of speech. Back when they actually tied you to the rail, oh my god, is that the photo? That's amazing. And ran you out of town. There's a big mural of it over on the far wall. He got off easy, if you ask me. He did get off easy. That's 160 people? Holy shit. Is that what they did? They burned that whole house down and, like, tied him to a girder and ran? And that's what the chimney is? Are we the boot knockers? Anyways. Union busting 9 collapse from poor work and color me shocked. Yeah, it's pretty awful. That's what the sculpture's out in front is for, commemorating all the men and children who died that day. Every kid in Scarlet Hollow learns about the collapse of 1918. Our teachers love to emphasize how many children they had working down there, probably to try and show us how good we have it, or whatever. Low bar, if you ask me. I mean, low bar, but this is your history, town history. You know, that could be what the ditchlings are warning us about. Another collapse. Writing it down a list of potential disasters. Sheesh. Yeesh, Stella. That's morbid. And besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. The labor market is way more strict now. There's no way you could get away with that kind of safety cutbacks he pulled. Y'all don't actually think the mine is about to collapse, right? No, I don't think so. Ooh, had me worried there for a sec. I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the mine is safer now than it was back then. Still, what a horrible sight. Or horrible incident. You never know. What if something toxic in the mine's boiling the town? What if the ditchlings are coming from the mines? I'm not sure I agree with the collapse angle, but the mines seem pretty important. The whole town is built around them. I'm not sure I agree. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fair. They're bound to be relevant in some way. Hard to argue against that, but that doesn't really give us much to go on. Just because something seems obvious, it doesn't necessarily mean it's right or relevant. Nope, I agree with that, but, setting things aside, it's not the right move. Silas Scarlet. I guess he was a product of a different time. Who knows what the future generations will think when they look back on us. Sure, but the dude was still a monster. Sorry you're related to him. Seems like a terrible person. I don't see what has to do with bad omens or creatures in the wood. Maybe we're just cursed. This town is stuck in the past and built on atrocities. It's already practically collapsing on itself. He seems like a terrible person, but I don't see what that has to do with bad omens or creatures in the woods. So far, my theory is that the Scarlet family is cursed, but Silas or Silas did something. Someone along the lines did something. That mine collapse feels like maybe it wasn't an accident. I think this info is important, so I'm just gonna try to remember that. This town is stuck in the past and built on atrocities. It's already practically collapsing onto itself, no offense, but maybe that's why the ditchlings are here. None taken. Why would the ditchlings be here now, though? Scarlet Hollow's been like this for as long as I can remember. Do you think Wayne factors into any of this? I honestly wouldn't be shocked. There's something seriously wrong with him. I can viscerally feel it in my guts. Maybe he's sick. Maybe that has something to do with what you saw in the woods. I don't know. I'd buy it. Stella, what were you saying about nuclear incidents? We were talking about Goldsboro thing, right? Yeah. Apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up midair and dropped a couple of bombs. Fascinating bit of history there. The first of the two bombs landed upright after its parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go off. At the time, the government claimed that bomb was unarmed, but later came out that the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electrical switch which failed to trigger on the incident. And 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered. Oh no. Oh no. Right. It's conventional explosive disintegrated in midair, but most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it and sealed it up. I'm sorry, did you say they buried it? Do y'all need something dug up? Because if so, I'm your gal. Oh, it was Gretchen. I'm sorry. Did you say they buried it? Do y'all need something dug up? Because if so, I'm your gal. I keep forgetting that the animals will all talk to me in the mid-conversation. I don't think disarming nuclear bombs is part of our skill set. If the bomb is somewhere else, why would there be so many ditchlings here? Yeah, Goldsboro is almost 400 miles from here. Not that we should be looking too hard at the disaster angle. Whatever those creatures are, they're biological. Look, you never know with radiation. You actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters. A 60-year-old bomb is going to explode on its own, hundreds of miles away, and kill us here. You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. I've missed this. Let's look for Rosalina. If there's a missing kid in town, that's probably way more important than whatever else we'd be doing. Just to clarify, I don't think she's missing. She's just out with her friends and ignoring her poor old man. That I don't appreciate your concern. I don't even know where we'd look aside from the old Maxwell place. What do teens even like these days? You don't have to worry about checking up on her there. I'm going there myself once I've finished shelving. Just let me know if you run into her while you're out. There's an awful lot of mine-related stuff in my notes. Maybe that should be our next stop. We can poke around it and find out if there's anything weird. Just to clarify, you're suggesting we go to question some of the miners, right? We are not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? Right? Yeah, totally, 100%. I would never. We don't even have a good reason to go down there. Stella, I don't believe you. Good, let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. Her father died in the mines? I promise, Neeks. We're just going to question some of the miners. Oh, Neeks is a cute name. And if that questioning gives us a good reason to poke around, say a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I am not going underground. Just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. And hey, maybe we'll luck out and run into Rosalina while we're on the looking around. Okay, good. And hopefully we can find out what happened to Wayne while we're at it. Mystical. We were always going to wind up in the mines. Well, that's kind of ominous. I'm a little worried about Tabitha. She's not exactly going to be thrilled to see us snooping around the mines. We can be sneaky. I'll make sure to be a good lookout. She never knows where we are. Look at us going out on a caper together. I missed this. I missed it too. Though there is something missing. Reese. I really miss that dude. Can't believe how long it's been. Have you seen him lately? Nope, I tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick. Didn't realize it was getting so bad. That poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. He seemed excited to meet Cheesy. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Hell yeah, let's do it. My Gretchen's not going to be stoked. See ya, Oscar. We'll let you know if we run into Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep you posted. Reese's home stands at the edge of the forest, an isolated buffer cushioning the rest of the town from an unending wilderness. Reese, it's Stella. I brought some buddies too. Shh. Not so loud. He's still sleeping. Can I help you with something? Alright, I'm gonna keep it there. Thanks for watching, and I guess we made it to episode 2. Excited to see how it goes. So far, I'm still alive. It could be really fun if I did a couple of runs and then, you know, finish them off if I managed to survive all of them and just, like, go and just, like, do all these different characters. Could be fun. Could be a fun little project. But I guess episode 5 is coming out in February next year, so that gives me time. Anyways, it looks like we gained a lot of info. We learned a little bit about our family history. I've told people everything, any animal conversation I've had, I just yell it to people and I keep showing those boiled peanuts. Yeah, you know what? The woman in the doorway stares directly into your eyes. You can practically feel her simmering irritation washing over you. I think this is a good place. Now it feels good. All right. Anyways, talk to you guys later, and have a happy Halloween.